With winter now here and local crayfish stocks in decline, it was a welcome sight to find a couple of crays at a local spot. And then of course this. We just saw a deer, nice stag on the road. I'm not going to tell you what road, but this road.
This is a wonderful road.
Right, so it's like 8:30 or something. We're out west. As I mentioned, we just saw a stag on the road. That's pretty cool. So if you're the type of person who likes to dump your rubbish out like places like this, sort of by the beach, well anywhere in fact where there's not a rubbish bin, can you like not? Because this is fucking gross, man. Deep in the Tasman, off-road. So what did they cut off? Oh, fucking hell. How old's this thing? So we're at this Murawai shipwreck, which apparently has never been uncovered or something. Some bloody dickheads come out and cut wood out of it. Because you're just a dickhead if you do that sort of stuff. This is pretty cool, pretty special to see. I don't know, I'll look a bit more into it and find out how old this sucker is, but how's this, nature nerds? What does it feel like?
Sand.
Sand?
I kind of thought it'd be like hard.
Like clayey?
Yeah.
This is like an old like peat line, probably from like, I don't know, thousands or hundreds or millions of years ago. And like here's the top of the dune. You can see there's like kind of a spring, like a mid-layer spring that's popping out here with running water. Now Mike's going to sample the water. Here's the best part. It probably would just taste very earthy. Might be cleaner than you think because of the sand. Or you also might get giardia. You might be crapping for like a week. So in this episode of Live in New Zealand, we settle into winter of 2018. With it being winter, you'd probably expect to see something else, but you're not gonna. We're off for a sashimi run and to try to tackle my arch nemesis, the John Dory. So we're just prepping a little bit of blue maumau sashimi, which is pretty much the best sashimi going around right now. This is the bigger one from today. Little beach prep on this picnic table here. Good little setting with some good company.
And some beautiful scenery. Got quite a kick, but a delightful kick. Yum. Ooh.
So coming up in this episode, I'm going to feature my good friend Garry Waller. Take two. Throw the stick, bitch. We spend a bit of time midwinter diving for crayfish, but before we get into the action, we've got to get a cold winter surf trip out of the way first.
Probably pretty, but it looks good. No worries, man.
Oh shit! There's two surfboards there. Where'd they come from?
Whoopsie.
That'll be okay. Not anymore, it's not. Right, good morning everybody. It's like 7:15. We're loading boards into the ute for the second time because Mike got carried away and the longboards flew out the back of the ute. So we're at a little spot up north on the beach. We're going to keep browsing here, then we're going to go to another spot. Like I mentioned, Mike's here, he's driving this weekend, and Ben's here as well. Definitely winter. It's freezing. Look at the little Okay, welcome back to a brand new series of Alive in New Zealand, everybody. I am Sam Price, of course, and we're running a brand new format, a brand new target, brand new goals, brand new everything for this series. We're taking it from basically a monthly wrap-up to a focus. We're going to have a focus, a selected skill set, and a selected person from each and every episode now. And with this being the first one, I'm up at the Whangarei coast now with my mate Gary. Alright, this is Gary, everybody.
How's it going? Garry Waller.
What are we here to do today, Gary?
Mate, we're going to go out in the water. We're going to go and hunt for some crayfish. Apparently I'm pretty good at that, as you think.
Yep.
So we'll see what we can find out there. I found a few good holes with some big bugs in there. And we've got the supplies, got everything ready, got some torches. Just going to need them. We've got a safety dive buddy here to pull me out some holes because some of them are pretty deep. So yeah, we're looking forward to a good day and hopefully we'll have something to put on camera.
Alright, we'll get suited up and get out there. Okay, so you've raced Thundercats for a while now. How long have you been doing it, and how have this year's results go?
Yeah, no, I've been racing for a long time, to be honest with you. I've always wanted to do it, you know, and ever since I was a kid I was fascinated by them, you know, any sort of boat that goes fast and does jumps in the surf. I thought it was real cool, and I got my first boat when I was 16, saved up my beer money. The original plan was me and my best friend were going to put half in, you know, half a boat. I saved up half the money and he ended up couldn't do it, so I just kept saving and got myself my first boat and started racing. It was not just an old boat, but man, it was a good boat, and that was my original engine, and I raced that engine for 5 years consecutively. It was a pretty good motor. It was the oldest one in the club, but man, it went good, and just kept upgrading the hulls, you know, and got better and better. Then had a couple of years off, and then we had a club reunion, which was real cool for the sport, and got a few people back on board, and bumped up to Greg Powell, which is the guy I race with now, and going for him, so that's quite cool, and we've got a good relationship because I used to drive a boat, so I knew all the tricks and how to get a boat performing well, and then he's mad on the throttle, so between us both it's come out to be a real good package, you know. And last season we got third, NZ third. I don't know, we can class the NZ third, but we got third place in the Nationals, and then the season just gone we've got the NZ1 position, which we've been wanting to do for a few years, so yeah, it's been a pretty cool season, and thoroughly enjoyed it, you know. And then definitely back the season coming for another round of thumping hopefully, and we'll see how we go.
A week of it this year.
Yeah, shit, that'll be good, eh? Definitely. Yeah. I'll be looking forward to that, and then hopefully you know, a week of it make it a bit easier for everybody, and just more fun, you know, and everyone will be a bit more tight community. You know, if stuff goes wrong with your boat, everyone will be fixing it. You know, that's how it was back when I first raced. If something went wrong, people pulled together and sorted stuff out, you know.
Yep.
So I think the week will be quite a good thing for the sport.
Okay, you've recently moved up these ways. Why did you move here, and what are you doing, and what do you think of it?
Well, what do I think about it? I bloody love it, mate. Yeah, that's why I came up here. Yeah, I've been up here for 2 months now, and I've always wanted to move up north into Whangarei and work there, and I've always loved the coast. Shouldn't have told you guys where it is.
We'll bleep it.
Yeah, you're not allowed to know where these crays are. Yeah, no, I've been coming up here for 23 years in a row. We first started staying out here when my brother was 6 months old. He's just gone 23 now. Well, he's actually been nearly 24 in October. So I thought, should I can live out here, I would, you know. And got a half an hour commute to the city to work, and then, you know, you get a lifestyle out here which ticks every box I've always wanted to tick, you know. And if you've got a dream, man, you can do it, and you just got to identify what you like doing. And shit, if you like being on the coast and hunting and fishing and diving and all that, invest in it. Find out what makes you feel good, and if it makes you feel good, keep doing it. It's, your well-being is so much better, you know. And yeah, honestly couldn't ask for anything better out here. It's good. Definitely pretty settled. Love it.
How long have you been diving for? What's your favourite type of diving? What's your future goals of diving?
Wow, there's a bucket list on the old diving for sure. I got into it in 2006, so that's quite a while back now. Basically what got me into it is I had an accident, broke both my arms, and I decided I needed to get into a sport. I didn't need to, but I wanted to get into a sport that wasn't so hard on the body, and started investing and looking into freediving and spearfishing. You know, I've always been interested in, you know, fishing and stuff, and always had an idea of freediving and spearfishing. And then when that accident happened, I kind of looked at it and thought, yeah, it's not hard on the body, and it's something I want to do. So started investing in my gear and setting my kit up. Just brought one thing at a time, really. You know, started my spear gun and just used my old flip as a mask, and then found out that your mask is comfortable, and start upgrading gear slowly. And end up with a custom kit exactly how you want it. So yeah, that was back in 2006 is when I first started, and obviously it's time in the water, it gets you better, and your breath hold gets better, more time in the water, and you keep going, and more practice, and you end up living and breathing it. Like years and years ago, I was diving every week, getting on any dive I could, and any friends that were on a boat, we'd go out, and it was such a good thing to do. Bloody good fitness, everything, and I've definitely had some bloody balls with it. Definitely taken out some good fish in the time, and kind of more recently, after sinking a few big snapper and a couple of good kingies and stuff, you start going after crayfish, because I think there's more of a challenge in that, and you say it's kind of more satisfying. Being tricky with a good bug, like to get them. So yeah, that's kind of what I focus on nowadays, and I'll still take my gun out and just have it with me, and if you get a good fish, you get a good fish. Like the other morning, I took out a probably 18 kilo kingfish first thing in the morning, and then just focus on getting bugs. So yeah, that's kind of like the story of the diving, and what I'd like to do in the future would be definitely take out a marlin. I would be very, very keen to go and spear a marlin. So there's summer coming, that's what I'll be looking at doing for sure.
Does Little Big like fish?
He does actually.
He kind of looks like he does.
Little Pig loves fishes. That's your little wheelie piglet. Watch your head, man, because the knife's going to come out of there in a second. They remind me of Cherokee, these things, eh?
Yep.
Oh.
Just how many bones he's got, he eats a lot.
I know, eh? He eats shitloads, man, but doesn't seem to fatten up.
Any filleting tips?
I
know you
do it
just
until
do
you
it.
get good at it, man. But a lot of people do it the wrong way, for sure. Basically, the knife does all the work. You have nothing to do with it, really. Depends if you're left-handed or right-handed, but cut down to the top of the rib cage, just above the petrol fin. Turn your knife sideways, and then the tip of the knife should run down the backbone of the fish, just like that. Some people start from this end or cut along here first. You do not have to cut the sides. You do it on a John Dory, but anything else, just slide down. You feel the backbone on the tip of the knife. Once you get down, just slide along the back, or the underneath of the backbone, and the rib cage, which the bones are still in here on the side of the rib cage. Just turn your knife a little bit and slide it up, and then your last stroke will be down like that. Pretty simple once you get it. You feel the knife on the bones, and it's hard to stuff up, really, to be honest with you, once you can feel the knife doing the tricks. And a good quality knife, good quality knife is important. There's a few differences in knives. Really, for skinning, I do like to have like a newer knife which isn't worn away. These ones are really good for actually taking the fillets off, but if you're skinning, you want one that doesn't, the rocker on the knife, this has been sharpened so many times it's starting to wear away, but you want a knife that goes the original shape, and with a fatter blade actually works better for skinning because it separates the fillet from the skin as it's moving through it. So that would be my tips, just a different skinning knife and what you'd actually take the fish off the bone with. That's really it, to be honest with you. And a good steel as well.
They're feeding the piranhas.
You want some fish, Bungle? Hey, would you like some fish too? Nom, 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 nom. Just like I brought one. Funny enough, I actually used to work in the fisheries, so there's the tip on cutting fish. Do a few years.
Yeah.
it's quite dark, so I'm just going to swim back to the float, grab my other gear, and we'll come back and get him out. See you in a bit.
So this clip here is about diver safety. That rock right there to me looks like it could give a diver a bit of trouble if he's right back in this crack. It's up to both of us to take care of each other, and my job to keep an eye on him while he's right back in this hole. It's at this stage I've already established an out for him as well as myself, figuring that rock around about his waist level potentially could trap him. And it's about this stage right here where he's noticed it. A little nudge on his shoulder and a push backwards. And a thumbs up from Gary, everything is all good. Got a few crays at this time of year are in Berry, and Berry you can't take them, that is their egg, they've got to go back. So after a bloody long day in the water, finding dogs, moving houses, we're preparing food for the night. We're pretty much just going to have a bloke's feed this evening. What do we got?
Oh, we've got some crayfish we pulled out of the ocean earlier. Got one, just one back in here. It's been sitting there for a little while. And got some nice pori here. That old Sam spared us, just to top the feast off. We've got some wedges just whacked in the oven. So we're going to have a bit of fish and chips tonight. Fish chips, wedges, whatever you want to call it. And got a few little other things, put a little bit of beetroot with that, and a bit of herbs and spice. So yeah, we'll just get this crayfish in here and do a bit of a secret trick I've learned from the local fellas. And yeah, it'll be bon appetit, Tate.
Too easy.
So we've got the water to a good boil, we're not filling the pot up too much. The idea is the cray isn't fully submerged, it's just got water around it, and it's bubbling so it's steaming. The trick is cut up lemon, put some slices of lemon in there, and just drop the cray in and steam them. Cooks about the same rate as fully submerged, but it comes out beautiful, like real nice. Guy from down the road, one of my friends, taught me this. And, there you go, you see him.
Dead cat.
It's got 7 items in his mouth there. See, as you can see, that's pretty much the water level we want. Like I said, not submerged, it's effectively steaming itself, which is going to be bloody beautiful. It's pretty much done actually, to be honest with you. It's hot, don't do that again. Just a good squeeze of lemon juice on there. Minus the pips, that was a bit of a moment, but crayfish tail diced up, squeeze of lemon. That is to die for, honestly. Just tops it off. Got some wedges there. They're in the old freezer. So wet those out and did us some poroi, and that's come up beautiful by the look of things. A bit of chopped up herbs, a bit of chili flakes, a little bit of butter, squeezed lemon, and then we've got the old crayfish here. We've tailed nicely chopped up. Everything's perfectly cooked, and we've got lemon squeezed over it. Steamed, beautiful, and I'm going to thoroughly enjoy this. It's been a bloody good day. Thank you, Sam.
Yep. Beautiful. We'll tuck in to this now and we'll end the episode here. Thanks for the day, Gary. Been a bloody good one.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. Cheers, mate. Thank you very much.
That's it for the first Alive in New Zealand episode with a little bit of a new look and a new feel. I actually had a great time featuring Gary in this episode and would love to feature more Kiwis out there doing it. So if you or someone you know may be interested in being featured, feel free to get in touch. You can of course follow along in more real time by subscribing to OXS TV, which is up on the screen right now. Get along to OXS Enterprises to see what else has been going on. I'm Sam Price, I'll see you at the beach.